Oh, hello there, Internet. If you can see, I'm wearing my Creep and Creep 2 t-shirt today because I'm going to talk about someone who I have a hell of a lot of respect for, and that is Patrick Brice. Patrick, if you're watching, I'm in film school, and if you need any help on any of your projects, I will work for free just to hang out, because I think you're a fucking cool dude and you post some great shit on the internet and you have a lot of talent. So yeah, this is a shameless promotion for myself. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I really like Patrick Brice. I think he's an incredibly talented director. I think he does a lot of great things for the independent film community, and what I really respect about Patrick Brice is he makes whatever the fuck he wants. And that's what I really like about him, is that, you know, a lot of these directors working now, like when you look at a company like Disney or any of these big companies that are just shelling out the same shit, where it's like, hey, we're gonna saturate the market with the same type of movie that's formulaically made. And sure, there's an audience for that, and there's a lot of those movies that are really enjoyable, but as far as me as a person enjoying film and cinema as a whole, I like to watch unique projects that take a different spin on material. I was really excited when I saw the trailer for There's Someone Inside Your House from Patrick Brice. For one, I really like Netflix because they give people the ability to have a platform to put their material on the market so people can see it. And number two, anytime Patrick releases anything, I get pumped up for it because his movies all have a really interesting and unique tone, and each one really subverts your expectations as far as understanding what the film's going for. And that's what I liked about There's Someone Inside Your House, is that it's a concept that's been done over and over again, but it takes that concept, does it so uniquely well, and creates just a fun, over-the-top, ridiculous experience that I was engaged with the entire time I watched it. So There's Someone Inside Your House is about a group of friends at a high school who, they're kind of the outcasts of the school. Our lead character, Makani, has moved from out of town, and she's made friends with this tight-knit group of people. Their group is filled with people who have different personalities and come from all different backgrounds. One of the characters, Zach, his dad is super wealthy, really hated in the town, and so everybody at the school hates him because of who his dad is. The character Darby, who's seemingly non-binary, who goes by he, she, and they pronouns, who's really interested in space and NASA. Rodrigo's character, who is with things at home, kind of seems like to himself a little off. And then you have Alex, who's like the overly bubbly and excited member of the group. And they all kind of come together to create this unique cast of outcasts in the school, all really supportive of one another. And what's really interesting about it is people in the school don't seem to like hate them like in a cliched film about high school, where it's like, oh, these would be the losers or the people that nobody likes. And there's a couple shots at that, not so overwhelming, where you get this sense of a group of people who genuinely give a fuck about each other, which is cool because that's really how the world works. Obviously there's circumstances where kids are bullied so horribly that nobody likes them or wants to be around them, but I like the way this is written, that these groups of outcasts found each other, they build each other up, they support each other, and I really liked that about this story. So yeah, early on we're introduced to this football character who's at his house. He's on the phone with someone, says he's gonna take a nap before his football game. He wakes up, his phone's gone, it's the middle of the night, his alarm never goes off, and there's an egg timer on his bedside table. And he gets up, and when he's walking through the house, he goes into his closet and he finds all these pictures of this hazing event that he was at, and he hurt someone and did something horrible. And this is like a secret that he's kept for a very long time. And all of a sudden this person shows up in a hoodie who has a mask made of his face and murders him. The movie starts taking off. You have this character who we're trying to figure out who this is, and he's killing people because of their actions and the bad things that they've done. There's a character who's super popular in the school and everyone loves her, and you come to find out that she's a white supremacist who does this awful podcast, and the killer comes after her for that. And the movie is about sort of unveiling these terrible things that have happened, where people have committed these horrible atrocities and done terrible things, and this killer's taking vengeance on them for it. When you look at a topic like cancel culture, which is a very hot topic over these past several years, when you see people like Harvey Weinstein who have done absolutely horrendous things in their lives and treated people awfully and really is getting what he deserves as far as going to jail for doing horrible things to women and exploiting people because of his position of power. And I like movies that explore it. Promising Young Woman did a phenomenal job of that. And I really like the way this handles it because Patrick Brice looks at it from a more complex lens of just like, hey, we're gonna damn every single person that has done anything wrong in their life. And there's a huge misconception with that because human beings are fucking awful for the most part. And most of us have done shit in our lives that we're not proud of. And I think that, you know, what Patrick Brice does with this and examines it so well are people that deserve to be condemned for their actions and that should face a harsh punishment for the things that they've done. There's also people that were just put into shitty situations that have done bad things that they regret and have tried to change their lives. And this movie does a really nice job with Makani's character, especially examining the situation that she's being called out for and how she did something awful, but it wasn't really at her own expense and it wasn't really her fault, and she spent her life trying to make amends for this horrible thing that she's done. And I really like that because on the surface, this is a slasher film. There's a lot of cheesy moments, there's a lot of over-the-top dialogue. Some of it doesn't work for me. There's some dialogue sequences that I was like, this is a little hammy, but at its core, this movie really is examining something that's very important and that more people should talk about and that more people should understand empathy and compassion, realizing that people are broken and that they do stupid shit and that, yes, in some cases, people should be condemned and they should serve a harsh punishment for the stupid shit that they've done. But there's also people who have been accused of things that, you know, that either was out of their control or that they, you know, just did something dumb because they were a dumb kid, and that they spend their life trying to make amends for the things that they've done. And I really like that Patrick Brice handles it with such delicacy and really looks at it through an interesting lens that I think not a lot of filmmakers have explored. I think all the acting in this is really great. There's some really nice shots in this movie too. The cinematography plays a pretty good element in creating suspense. The soundtrack is all right. There's a couple moments where I didn't like the score. It didn't work for me 100%, but I don't think it's a detriment to the film at all. I think that the performance, the character-driven nature, I like all of these kids. I think they're great. It gives me like Scream vibes at times where, you know, the material is self-aware of what it's talking about, and sometimes it gets really hammy with it, but I think there's an intentionality to it where I've read some really bad reviews of this movie where people just like are hating on it over and over, and I think they're just misunderstood and they don't understand Patrick Brice as a director and how he conveys information, because in all of his films, you look at something like The Overnight, which also looks at something that's really heavy in subject matter, that's a comedy, and it's looking at it with such a delicate touch, mixing it in with this comedy that's really overt and over the top. And Creep as well. Creep, I've talked about it in my video. I'll leave a link for it up top if you've never seen those movies, but really taking a unique concept and exploring it deeper while juggling this really over the top comedy and this sense of self-awareness that all of his movies do so well. And I think most of the people who disliked this film just clearly don't understand what Patrick Brice's vision for the film was. And I really enjoyed this, and I'm glad I saw it, and I'm really looking forward to watching it again. And being on Netflix, I think it's one that you should go watch. It's worth your time, and I think Patrick Brice is a great filmmaker, and I cannot wait to see what he does next, because I think that everything the man touches has been gold. Some of his stuff I like more than others. I still haven't seen Corporate Animals yet, but I really love The Overnight, and I love both the Creep movies. I think they're both fantastic. My recommendation to go check it out, I thought it was really good. So have you seen There's Someone Inside Your House yet? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. I thought this movie was really fun and I enjoyed it, and it was a great experience. And I like Patrick Brice, as I've said before. Patrick, once again, you need somebody to help you with your films, I'm here, buddy. Just, you know, leave me a comment, DM me on Twitter, whatever you want to do, man. I'm here. I can help. I want to, you know, be the next person that Mark Duplass kills in the Creep 3 film. Yeah, as always, if you could like the video, subscribe, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun making these videos the past couple months. It's the most I've ever posted, and I really enjoy the content, and I love engaging with you guys because, as I said in my hot takes video, filmmaking is about experience and talking to people and engaging in our thoughts and what we feel about films. And I love reading you guys' comments. I love how great you guys are and how supportive you are of the material, and it means a lot to me. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.